Nathan's dead, plays Minecraft. 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 Nathan's dead, plays Minecraft.
Dad, is this really your intro?
Hello everybody and welcome back to Nathan's Dad Plays Minecraft. Today I am working on the dirt. What we are doing now is we are going to move this dirt in such a way that it starts to spread grass downward. Now, to spawn passive mobs such as your cows, your sheep, chickens, pigs, horses, donkeys, stuff like that, what you need is you need grass. Well, we've got grass here, but mobs will not spawn within a certain distance of the spawning platform, so nothing is going to spawn here anyway, no matter how long we wait. But in order to have the best chance of stuff spawning, what we want to do is we want to build as low to the ground or as low to the bottom of the world as possible, so as low as to y equals 0 as possible. And so what I'm doing now is I'm starting that process. I'm not ready for a passive mob farm yet, but may as well start the grass spreading downward while we got the chance. And so you can do this just in a single file block, and that's fine. However, since I'm going to be using that cobblestone pillar we made to make it down to the bottom of the world, and I'm not quite ready to go down there yet, I'm just going to start the process and make it 3 wide. 3 wide, the way grass mechanics work, the more places it has to spread to, the faster it spreads. And so I think having it 3 wide will be much better than having it 1 wide as far as getting it to spread down to the bottom of the world in a reasonable amount of time. Now, what you can do is you can just start placing the grass, and then, you know, as it spreads, you can break it and continue to put it downwards. Or in Skyblock, you actually have the ability to create dirt now. Once you get gravel from zombies, which is included in the data pack here, you'll be able to combine gravel with dirt to make coarse dirt, and then when you strike it with a stone hoe, then you can well, really any hoe. Whoops. You can use that to create regular dirt, and then with more gravel you keep going and going. And so it's kind of nice that in this version of Skyblock it is renewable. Next, I think we should go ahead and get an infinite water source. So I'm going to mine some cobble now, probably get some more wood, and then I'll be ready to do that here in just a second. And the sun is up in the Minecraft world. This gives us the best possibility for daylight because those are spawnable spaces over on those islands over there. And so we do not want to run into creepers or skeletons that shoot us out of our platforms or something like that. So created a bunch of slabs, did a little bit of mining while I was off camera. And now we are going to branch out to the swamp island. Now the swamp island in this version of Minecraft does have an infinite water source on it, but even if it only had one water piece on it, or water block on it, then that would be enough to get us an infinite source here as well. But since it's got an infinite source over there, not bad to have it in 2 places. So we are going to bridge out to it using bottom half slabs, of course, so A, we conserve our resources, and B, we are not going to have to worry about anything spawning on our land bridge and potentially shooting us off or pushing us off or biting us off or otherwise sending us into the void to our death, to where we also lose all the items we have on us. You know, my 3 torches and my apple are pretty valuable to me at this point. Alright, so anyway, it is about 3 stacks of 64 out to the outer islands. That is just approximate, but that's kind of based on doing this in the last series. So made sure I brought plenty of slabs with me to bridge out there, and as long as it's daytime out, we should not have to worry about anything spawning out there. Now, the other thing that this swamp island has is another oak tree. So if you were unable to get a sapling on the main island, again, it's not necessarily game over. You should have enough resources to be able to get out to that swamp island and have a second go with that tree. Another thing that's out here is, of course, in the swamp, vines grow on trees. So once we get some shears, we can get us some vines, and then we're able to make some mossy cobblestone as well. I'm just checking the time of day there. And then there is some string over here as well, because they did not want the vines growing all the way to the bottom of the world. And so you've got string that you can gather to help make your wool and make a bed. I'm not going to necessarily do that now. I think I'm a little bit too high up to get it, and I don't feel like going down there. Plus, we should have plenty of string here once we finish our mob farm. So not something I'm super worried about now. You know, I imagine another way to get to the bottom of the world would be to break that string and then let these vines grow down. I don't know how long that would take. Yep, and there's the string, because of course the vines are going to stop growing at the string. And so you know, if you wanted to take vines down to the world, that's potentially a possibility. A little bit too unreliable for my taste, especially when we can just make a cobblestone pillar going all the way down to the bottom of the world. But you know, maybe as a challenge, or you know, maybe different people like to do different things. So making sure to have bottom half slabs all the way up. And there is our water. There's also a couple lily pads out here as well. So yeah, nice to have that. And you know, when you come out here, did I bring a water? I don't even remember if I brought a water bucket. Well, let me make these stairs down so it's a little bit easier to get down. And then of course I'm going to make this too wide going back as well, just because, you know, I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about that. I'll also put some torches up here so that way we don't have to worry about mobs spawning when we come back at any time in the future, unless we want them to. Now eventually we will want to set up a mob farm over here. Probably once I can automate it, I'll do that, just to get the slime, because slime balls are going to be important for redstone and for making magma cream, which will get us magma blocks, which I use for killing things, especially since we've only got the one lava bucket in this world. Having magma blocks at the bottom of our farms is going to be essential for things we automatically kill, like iron golems that do not take fall damage. And so yep, I am going to go all the way back, and then at least I'll have a platform over here. Plus this is a little safer, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't bring the water bucket in case I did fall off. You know, I guess losing an apple is better than losing our only water bucket at this point. Alright, and it is daytime now. I am well into phantom territory, so I did not want to risk phantoms coming out while I was on that bridge, but I should be okay now. Go ahead and head in there and get this water bucket. Now, some of you may ask why I am getting an infinite water source so early in the game. Mob farm. I built a little platform out there during the day yesterday when I got back, and we are going to work on a mob farm probably in the next episode. Now, I've got an idea for a mob farm, and I think it's going to be pretty great. So you've got your normal mobs that you get drops from. You got your spider to get the string. You've got the zombie to get the rotten flesh, and in this version of Skyblock, the gravel. You've got the skeletons to get your bone meal, well, your bones, which you turn into bone meal and bone block, and arrows, and occasionally a bow. And then you have your witches, which will give you all assorted things. Those are pretty rare though. And then creepers, which give you gunpowder. So I'm going to get all of those, plus if it works correctly the way I think it will, it's also going to give us drown, which is going to be really cool, and all of the drown will have armor on them, so that gives us a chance of getting armor as well. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm really hyped to do that. So you come over, you get the water block out of the corner there, and then everything stays because the two water sources run into it. So you've got an infinite source of water over there, and we're going to bring it back to the base and set up an infinite water supply over here. Now there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. One way is to make a row of 3 water sources, and then put one on either side, and then the one in the middle will constantly regenerate. So 1 by 3. Or the way I am planning on doing it is just doing a 2 by 2, because then all of the corners will regenerate. Because if 2 water sources run into a corner together, then they create another water source, which is what happened there. And so if you do a 2 by 2 area, then any of the water sources that you grab will automatically regenerate. So now let's figure out where in the world I want to do this. Probably over here seems like a good spot. Yeah, that'll work just fine. Gonna need some slabs. Da, 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 da. So yeah, going for this infinite water source is one of the first things I like to try and do in a Skyblock world, apart from making the cobblestone generator, which you need to get over there. So turn some of these into slabs. Ouch. Did not mean to do that. Go ahead and eat that apple. Yeah, let's do it over here. Okay, so it's going to need to be a 2 by 2, so that means we need to have blocks on all sides, and I'm making sure that these are bottom half slabs so we don't have to worry about stuff spawning on the outside of our water source. Because, you know, go get a drink of water after a hard day of mining cobblestone, and you don't want to be met by your friendly neighborhood creeper who wants to blow everything up. So yeah, that seems like a good thing to do. Go ahead and make a little bit of extra room over here. Alright, so we're going to be careful to place that. Ooh, no, don't want to do it there. Or there. There we go. That's much better. So now we will get the water source out of the cobblestone generator. Sneak under there. Grab you. Alright, let's try it this way. Very nice. Alright. And so that is this episode for us. So we were able to get our infinite water source, and we see if you take it out of any one of the corners, then you've got water forever. And go ahead and put this back in here. Oh, and I did add a wood slab on the top of that as well, so that way when I mine the cobblestone, I'm not having to worry about mining out the back piece of cobblestone, because it does take a little while longer to mine wood with a pickaxe than it does stone, so that makes life a little bit easier there. But yeah, so we got that, and we got the water source, and on the next episode we will work on this mob farm, see what we can do there. I think it's going to be something special. Again, thank you everybody for watching the channel, and again, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to both Nathan and myself. This is Nathan's dad, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much.